Well, hello. Welcome. Welcome to Burning Up the Roads. And I see a couple people here. Kaylee, thank you for being here first. And I hope you got your rice dish. Full-time Dream, thank you for coming back. I am filling in tonight for Vida Travels. She's not feeling well, so I said, hey, I don't have a show on Friday. If you'd like, I will step up and help you out. So that's what I'm doing. Meant to be RVing. Hello, Teresa. Hi, Troy with Nomadic Rat Pack. Nomadic Rat Pack. RV SWAT. Thank you for coming. Steve Turtle. Steve Turtle's here. Oh my God! I wish someone would have told me. Thank you. Avenger RV Adventure. Welcome, Steve. Jennifer Latham. That would be my niece. And did I say RV SWAT? I also have this wonderful candle with us tonight. Very fall smelling. I love it. And I thought that I heard some rain out. I have my sliding door open to my patio, and I thought I heard some rain, but it's just my imagination that I would so much love to hear rain. So Jennifer, how is it in Texas? Are you on fire with heat? Kaylee is my #1 moderator. She is an angel. I absolutely appreciate you. And does anybody know if Roy and Becky ever came on? On fire with heat? Because I got a little worried there. I got a little worried there. Apple, cinnamon, cloves, nutmeg, all of those smells. And fall and spring are my 2 favorite seasons. I've been doing some research on what I was going to talk about tonight, and talk about it. Go Cowboys. Are they playing, or are you just like Cowboys, Jenny? Linda R. Hello. I'll just keep an eye on my phone from a distance. Glad you showed up tonight. I'm not sure. I tried to give ample notice because, it's not my normal time. I'm not normally here. Forever best friend. Hello to you. Glad you are here. Hey there, it's pizza night Friday. I had this evening. I have this strawberry. It's called Strawberries and Cream yogurt made by Zoe, Z-O-I, and it's like a dessert. And I had some of that, and I had some cottage cheese, and I always like to put a little bit of seasoning on that, like you would put on steak, just a little, just for a little salt. And then I had and I had these little pieces of cheese and a few crackers. So that was my dinner. I didn't want anything heavy tonight. Okay. No, thank you. And let me find. That's the one thing I didn't do. I'll put my email along there. And there's Richard in the background. You want to say hello?
Hello.
Let him see do you see your face?
Hello.
He's got our faucet in the kitchen, which is just like 5 feet across from me. He has to fix. It's loose. It's a Moen one you pull out, and it got loose. And now he's gonna fix it. We don't know how it got loose. We don't know. I promise. Nobody is intentionally loosening anything in this house. Thank you for the thumbs up while you're in here. I appreciate it. We had, I think we had a good show last night. That was a really long day. Um, I did the one I normally do at 11, and then I filled in um, at from 7 to 9. I believe it was 7 to 9 for Wonelli, and I was way wound up. I could not go to sleep till about 2 o'clock in the morning. And it's probably because I drink so much coffee, and I just put water. Let me see if I can pronounce your name. Marls Sibua. Marls Sibua. Did I even say that remotely right? Uh, I'm so sorry. Good evening, my little sister, Priscilla Hughes. Glad you're here. I just spent the afternoon with her. Let's see. Okay, Linda, I totally understand. Yeah, Richard's now down on the floor in the kitchen. Brent thinks he knows what was wrong. He just wasn't able to fix it.
What?
Well, he should have told you. Hold still. I'll be right back. I promise. I need to get my son. Hey, Brent, you want to come and walk your dad through what you think was wrong? And you can sign in. Oh, oh. You should have got notice, but yeah, your dad's on the floor. Quick, just like that.
How is it supposed to take up?
Anna Marie's Life at Home. Welcome to you. Glad you're here. I do believe New Horizons. Yep, I see New Horizons is in the house. And if you haven't already seen it, Steve Turtle is here. Steve Turtle is here. Let's see who else is around. Have I missed anybody? I don't think I have. All righty. Well, we're off to a nice start. Thank you for showing up. Glad that you did. So last night, what we talked about is there is a woman who I've been following her channel. And she teaches about building your channel, not growing. That's a different issue. Growing one's channel is different than building your channel. And so I thought walking through that process, I have never really done it. I just have taken bits and pieces from all of you. I thought, oh, well, Nellie, welcome. Thank you for coming, Lucy. I thought it might be fun, or it might be a good idea. And so here's what I'm going to do is I am going to show, I've got the checklist. I'm going to bring it up on the screen. I know how to do this. I know how to share the screen. All right, let me make sure it's there. It is there. All right, this is where, remember, I'm doing the channel show, honey. All right, I'm going to go over here. So her name is Gillian Perkins, and I put all of the credit to her for this information down in last night's chat, and I'm going to do it again tonight. So launching, it's about launching, and I'm just going to quickly go over the first principles that I talked about and that we all talked about. First of all, choosing a focus of your channel. So most of the time we either do it for one of three reasons: because we have a passion and we want to share that with somebody else. Number two, let's see, there's passion, a way to connect with people. And I know Gina Payne had talked about that a lot, that it helped her connect with people, that she was feeling some isolation there. And then the third thing is that people sometimes feel like this might actually be able to help me make a living. And that's kind of the three reasons most people get into YouTube. There may be you stumble into it. So I stumbled into it. We used to, I'm just going to say I stumbled into it. So the second thing was to define who would subscribe. So who's my audience? And I think most of us who went to school, even in high school, they teach you to, who is your audience going to be? Well, first of all, I wasn't sure because I didn't know who would be interested in what I had to say. And that's why it took me a while to kind of get up the courage to start a channel as far as putting content up. And when I decided that I wanted, Richard and I decided we wanted to go full time eventually. I saw other people doing this, and I also thought it found it a way to exchange information. So I could learn from you, and maybe some point in time you could learn from me. And I learned that principle a long time ago. So I go to people who've already done it and get that information. So defining who would be my subscribers. Next was the channel name. We originally had chose, what was our first name? Away We Go. We were first going to use the name Away We Go. And the reason we were going to use that name is it made sense. Away we go. We're on a new part of our life. And that made sense to both of us. And then we found out there's about 1,000 times 1,000 names of Away We Go out there. It did not seem like a good idea any longer. Once we learned that when we would put in the name Away We Go, we couldn't find ourselves. And so we quickly changed to Burning Up the Roads. And hello, Van Life with Gina Payne. Thank you for coming in, dear. I used an example of you earlier about when you talked about, kind of feeling alone, and then you tapped into the community and got into YouTube, and suddenly like there's this giant family you didn't know you had waiting for you. And that's one of the reasons that brings people into YouTube. And so anyways, so that's the third thing. I'll say planning the type of content and general video topics. So we hadn't talked about that yet, so I'm going to leave that alone. We did talk about choosing the video upload schedule, and that's important for people to feel that you're consistently there. I have not been good about the video uploads other than my live streams, and that is because, as I complain on a regular basis, I don't like editing, and I have to get over it. I have to grow up and put my big girl pants on and say, I don't care. I've chosen to do YouTube. And if I want to get anything out of it, I really am going to have to do the whole job, not just what I like, but the things I don't necessarily like. So that was one of the other issues. Committing to consistency, make sure I know that I do my live streams normally Mondays and Thursdays, and that those are the days when I do the uploads for those. So this week, I did one last night for Wonelli, and so I'll get this one done tonight. So those were the first things we talked about, and now we're going into. Let me go. I have to go off of that screen. Get off of there. I'm going to scroll up a little bit. Actually, I'm going to scroll back down. Okay, types of content and general video topics. So I am burning up the roads. Richard and I are burning up the roads. So what is the type of content? So what we've said, and by the way, I'm going to get a little frustration out right now. One of the things I don't like is when I go to a channel and there's nothing on their about page. Nothing. I sometimes, even if I'm interested, I will close that page and not go back because I don't have time to decipher. I'm trying to fill, I don't have a lot of extra time in my life. I mean, I'm doing stuff all day long, almost 7 days a week. Big chunks of my day are YouTube, and that's okay. It's what I want to do. And then at night, when I go crawl into my bed, I'm doing YouTube still by looking at other people's videos. Or if someone is like, I get a newbie on my channel, that's when I'll go look at their their videos. And so I don't have a lot of time to just sit around, trying to decipher. So that said, I'm just checking this out here. If you have an opportunity and haven't done so yet, if you could give me a thumbs up. Someone said don't mention thumbs down, but I have to. I have to give people the option. So planning the type of videos is imperative. So we decided we would be doing all the things from downsizing, like cleaning out my closet. I cleaned out my closet. I need to take 2 giant bags in there again. I mean, the big ones that are for leaves, and get rid of clothes. T-shirts. I love t-shirts. T-shirts are soft. They are just, I like them. I mean, I've done enough jobs in my life where I had to dress up, and I like to dress up, but I prefer to wear my shorts and a t-shirt. And by the way, I don't have shoes on. I don't have shoes on because I hate shoes. So this is a perfect job for me. Anyway, I'll tell you, so narrowing, kind of getting, I've done some videos like what's a day in our life. We did one of those. And by the way, it was an hour long and I had to split that baby up into four separate videos. I think it was 4. It's in our, where it's at. It's where all the videos are. And I had to split it up. I didn't anticipate it being that long. And so, that's one. So then just also going out and looking at the parks in the area, and where people can camp. So we wanted to just do a variety of those things. So that's another one that people have to pay attention to. And also she cites, planning a launch party, getting a hold. Chewy Limited, welcome, glad you were here. Letting all your friends and family know, whether it's through text messaging, or tonight I sent a copy to Papa Drew's, or to my own, and to Burning Up the Road. So my personal one, Burning Up the Roads, Papa Drew, New Horizons. I think there's one more I sent it to, just to let people know. And my family, I harassed them and I sent it to our private family page. And I noticed my little sister came. My older sister was watching some music thing with faceless music or something like that. And she said she'd try to pop in. I'll try to pop in for your birthday, Nancy. All right. So planning a launch party. And it also feels good. It makes it more real. If we have a little party. I didn't do that. I did not even do 100, a party at 100. It wasn't till about 500 or 750. And that's because it just didn't seem real to me. It's like everybody does this. Everybody's got 500. Everybody's got 700. And then when I made 1,000, when we made 1,000 friends, we did something. And so I'm just going to stop here for a second and take a little break. Van Life with Gina Payne. I'm going to put this up here. For me, I like to reach out to a lot of communities and get folks from all walks of life. Absolutely. And we kind of talked about this last night, where some people were uncomfortable if the people didn't speak the same language as we speak. So I can understand that. However, one of the communities that I enjoy is cooking communities, because I like to cook. And guess what? I suspect I'll still be cooking on the road. So it's not like out of the whole realm of popular, the idea that a cooking show could be useful to me. So Brent just needs to stick that back in there, hon. So anyways, that is, so I also, Garden Wars. I love Garden Wars because who knows, we may have home base to come back to. And if we do, I in fact would like to be able to plant a garden. So come back in the late spring, plant a little garden, and be able to have some vegetables. New horizons. Let's see, Harvey SWAT. You like to do something every 1,000. Well, I think that makes sense. Because really 1,000 friends is quite a few people, and it is not an easy task. And I now understand what people used to say. You think this is if this is not an easy thing to do, it is not. Okay, let's see, New Horizons. That's Kaylee. It's too bad that big sis didn't see something this important to you as something she should solidly commit to and attend from start to finish. It's all right. She'll come. Yeah, it's just people have things they're doing. I know that. I don't take them hostage every day. Nomadic Rat Pack. However, I learned the newbies on YouTube do not necessarily know what thumbs up and thumbs down really mean in the beginning. That's true. And Kaylee, I love cooking and gardening channels. Never heard of Garden Wars. It was Shed Wars. I'm sorry, Shed Wars. It's Shed Wars. Yep. I love it. I love it. So planning a launch party. So we'll go back to the list. Oh, researching viral video ideas. So one of the things that I talked about yesterday was identifying the top 100 potential videos you could make, just brainstorming 100 potential videos. Now that seems like a lot. I know, I know that's a lot, or as many as you possibly can think of in whatever it is that you want to be doing. And that way, when it comes time to start churning out some videos, you've got some ideas to draw from, and you don't have to sit there and think, now what am I going to do today? How am I going to come up with a video? I have no ideas. And then you can take those ideas and you can see if there actually is a group out there interested in it. And check out what the viral videos. Last night, guess what I was looking at like 1:30 this morning? The top 10 YouTube channels in the world. And, they were like this, like the biggest one, and then the second one was here, and third one here, and fourth. Okay, so you get the idea. Each of them was linear. And Priscilla. Oh, sad, but drama really sells. Yes. Priscilla, sometimes people have other things going on and cannot always come in. I know. Sometimes I can't either, because I suspect there's somebody who's got a video happening or a live stream right now happening. I could not go to it because I had committed to do this. By the way, I asked Paula if I could, if she'd like somebody to fill in. And she said she never thought of that, but sure. So thank you, Paula, if you're watching. So anyways, back to this. So researching what viral videos might be in your niche would be a very good idea. And then taking and kind of whittling down, what is your top 10 ideas? What are the top 10 things that you think you could make a video about? And then start shooting those videos. That to me seems like a really good idea. And I did not do that, as a matter of fact. But I'll tell you what, you'll never believe this. But I told Richard before we ever got started, and we were talking about doing this, I said, Richard, we need to sit down and we need to think about not 100, I said a bunch of videos. We need to come up with some video titles or videos that we would like to do. And we didn't do it that way. I guess I might have wanted to do some research before we started. And then you create your channel, and you're actually out doing videos, talking to people, making connections on YouTube in your community of choice. And like right here, Nomadic Rat Pack, Kaylee, brainstorming was my favorite part of structuring a paper. I love doing that too. I actually totally love writing papers when I was in college. And that was 10 years ago, so I was not a spring chicken. So one of the next things it talks about here is design simple, attractive, unique banner image. Now, I will say, I think, and can we see it? I need to go up to Streamer. Oh, I am on Streamer. I can't see mine, but we'll take a look at it in a few minutes. So Corey from Northwoods RV Life did mine. He did mine. I came up with the little logo, the little car, and the colors. University of Oregon. University of Oregon is right across town from me, and it is my alma mater. And by the way, if you haven't heard from me already, the Oregon Ducks won the Rose Bowl last year. They did. So I knew we had to have something cute, and it's obviously not the RV we'll be driving in someday, but it's cute and it's catchy, and the colors stand out. Who would have thunk it? And so that was important, is figuring out what kind of banner. I mean, he's a brainiac in that respect. So smart. I'm so glad that Corey agreed to help me. He actually asked if he could help me. All right. Apparently not too many people are interested in this topic. That's all right. Write your channel about section. Like I've already said, write your channel about section. It's one of the biggest frustrations I have when I go to a new channel. Honest to God. I know there's probably a million things I could look at and say, I don't care for that, or I don't care. But I don't pick channels apart like that. Not at all. People, I mean, we all do what we can do. But I think it seems respectful to me, for me, to kind of give you a heads up about what my channel is. And that's why I wrote an about section. All right. So of the information we kind of went over, I think I'm going to stop right there for right now. That was a lot of stuff to talk about. So, and it was a lot of stuff to talk about. I actually found this to be extremely helpful to me. It's going to make me go back and kind of look at a couple things. I'm going to look at my about page one more time and see if there's some things I should change to make it more up to date or make it more appealing. That is imperative that I keep, that we keep. I think it's my opinion, only my opinion, and I'm a novice. What do I know? To try and keep it as up to date as possible, and constantly be looking at my page. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up doing all the section. Doing an about section helps clarify it for you as well as viewers. Absolutely. Absolutely, Kaylee. That is exactly what it helps me do. When I first wrote it, I really had to think. I'd really think about it. I wrote it and I rewrote it probably 5 or 6 times. Actually, is there someone who might like us to look at their page and use it as like a test kitchen? Look at your logo, your banner, just kind of take a look at it and talk about it together. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up my own. All right, there we go. I'm going to pull up mine and I'm going to drop a link. Wait, I got to drop the link first. Oh, Victoria. Hello, Vicky. Glad you're here. Glad you could make it. Yeah, I'm going to invite someone. If you'd like to have us take a look at your channel, which again, I'm complete novice, but I think we all have some ideas about what looks good and what we like. Let me go share the screen. In the meantime, I'm going to pull up my own. All right. Make sure it's there. Okay, there it is. So I believe that this banner, so Corey, I didn't have a banner. I had really nothing. It really was just pathetically sad. And I didn't have the slightest idea. I mean, I knew that certain pages looked cute. And that was it. So here I have a nice catchy banner, I think. Thank you, Corey. And a logo, and that's going to be our stickers. And let me find this. We've got our, of course, the community page now. Rutro. Let's see, let's go home. This is, so we're also now at, I'm going to YouTube Studio. We're making progress thanks to you guys. Thanks to everybody who is watching our stuff. Go to analytics. I'm learning my way around the pages. So we are now so we're going to look at 365 days. We have 1,400 watch hours now. We are cruising right along. We just had 13 just a few days ago. And we're at, this is 1,200, but it's actually 100 or 1,195. So we're close to 1,200, which I think we'll get shortly. I'm not concerned about it. So again, it has a good, the logo is always there. Our logo, I always make sure our logo can be seen. I don't always have the header on everything, but I do make sure that the logo can always be seen. All right, your banner looks wonderful. But we have been taught that the thumbnail for your videos is key. You have to win the click. I've been taught. Okay, so let's take a look at the thumbnail. I've got to go back over here and I'm going to go to my videos. And here we go. So here we've got, I've been using some red recently, but we've always got the our kind of trademark little yellow, green, and white with a slash here. That's actually a whole, oh darn it, it goes around the whole screen there. So I always make sure green, I always make sure that normally it's the green and the yellow, the green and the yellow. And so when Camper Van Kevin, for instance, was there, when he came to be interviewed, I had his, I didn't have time to get this out. I think that was the after, once the interview took place. But I did have one, and I was not. So unfortunately, I got caught off guard by him, and I'm grateful I did. I would do it again exactly as it got done, just because I got the opportunity. Hello, Sonia. Thank you for coming by the RVDJ. So I was laying down on my bed. He was supposed to be there possibly in the morning, but he couldn't. And that's just how it was. He did not have the reception. And so I'd laid down to take a little nap. It was like 6 o'clock when I laid down. At 6:30, I get a text from him. When is the, basically, could we do was I ready for the interview? I gave him an option of the next day or, that night, and he couldn't be sure about the next day. And so I said, okie doke, I will be ready in 15 minutes. And unfortunately, I had some salsa stain on my shirt, and my hair was not right because I was laying down and I had 15 minutes to let y'all know CVK was coming. So anyways, I did use some red on that one. I do like my green, using the green and the yellow. I don't know if that pops well enough, but I think that pops well. And I've always understood that you should have a face if you can in there. And then also down here where we had, let me pull him up there a little higher. We had Traveling Earthship a couple weeks ago. And I did his in nice bright colors. I kind of like this one. Yeah, it was at 1,000. It was at 1,000. And over here, when my StreamYard crashed and Bob tried saving me, he really tried. Also over here, when we were in the park, I used white. I don't use white anymore. It just blah. It fades out of the picture for me. And then just I've tried this. So when I did the interview with Lori's Way, I did something a little different. You know, I don't know what y'all think of that. I don't know if that works or not. So that is kind of what I see for my you know, as far as mine goes. I feel fairly comfortable with it, but obviously anything can change. And if I find out that it's not working, then I will change it. And let me look through here. Oh, that is about the worst view I've ever seen of myself in my life. I'll tell you, what you can't have here is too thin of a skin about yourself. Because almost all of us have at least one imperfection. I found 400 in me, but you know, I'm not saying everybody else has 400 imperfections. Oh, waking up, yep. And then sometimes I've had to use real quickly just the banner, like right here. Just use the banner. I only had time for that. And by the way, I didn't understand how to do a thumbnail, and now I've taught myself how to do a thumbnail. And I'm not talking the thumbnail that you can make in StreamYard. I do use it in StreamYard, but I use PicMonkey or something like that. And it's super easy. And I have basic pictures that I use. And then if I need to add somebody to it, like Lori or Luis from I already said I forgot his name now, or Kevin, doesn't matter. So I can just quickly put them together. Camping therapy, hello, good evening. I know it's late for you. What we're doing is kind of looking at some things that we can do. And I used my channel as an example of what Corey from Northwoods RV Life, who I implicitly trust with this stuff, and I'm sorry I just wobbled the camera, showed me to do. RV Ashes in April. Yeah, you can go in and change the thumbnail anytime. So if you don't like one, change it up. Exactly. But I didn't understand. I will tell you, I did not understand how that worked. Tonight, I had to go change it, and I understand how it works now. I had put 7 o'clock. I think I put 7 o'clock on the original one and sent it out to go out at, 7. But she is 7. Van Vita's slot is 7 o'clock Mountain Time. So that is for me 6 o'clock Pacific Time. RVDJ, I often wondered how people get text on their thumbnail. So you just use the okay, so Camping Therapy uses ipicky.com. So there's another one. I use PicMonkey. I think that's the name of it, PicMonkey. And so you get to say, so I put the picture, for instance. I don't know, maybe I could certainly try to do one on screen for you. It's really, you get to pick that you want a thumbnail, or you want text. That text is the right word. And you get to pick that. Does anybody want to come up and use their channel for us to take a look at? Because I would love to have that. I am once again throwing the invite down. Copy to clipboard, close that, come down here and paste. into the chat. So that would be kind of fun if we looked at somebody else's. All right, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to stop this, come back over here to StreamYard, and then I'm going to look at, oh, sorry about that. There are so many thumbnail makers out there, it's overwhelming. I know it. I just had to pick one, and I kind of had an idea, but I really didn't know. And so photo editing programs like, so okay, so for instance, Margie, are you saying that I could use I use WeVideo is my film editing, and that you can do them from there? Because I honestly, I don't know about those things. Hi, Lucretia, burn up the rose. Can't stay long. I just wanted to pop in and say hi and hit the thumbs up for you. Well, thank you. And I so appreciate you coming by. I love having people come in, saying hi, and I appreciate the thumbs up. Let's see where we're at here. All righty. Or if you want to talk, we can also talk about it. Okay, Johnny from RV SWAT. So would you like to give me a thumbs up, Johnny, when you're ready to come up? Or give me a wave? Are you ready? Okay. Add to stream. Hello.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing good. Sorry about the lighting. I wasn't planning on doing anything tonight, so it's dark in here.
Mm-hmm. So, what do you have any ideas or thoughts about what we're talking about tonight?
Yeah, I do all of my thumbnails. Was the last subject that I heard you talking about. I do all of my thumbnails in my editing program, so I'm in one place doing everything. Try to keep everything centrally located, so I don't have to jump all over the place. So as I edit in Filmora, then I choose a clip out of the video, and then I build my thumbnail in Filmora from there.
Okay. It's a you know, I've never used my video editor. I've never used it to do thumbnails with. I suppose I need to look at it and see how I would.
Right. Yeah, it's a little learning curve maybe, depending on what program you're using. But for me, I find it easier just to build it right there in the editor because you're already in there working anyway. So to me, and it's easier to keep the themes flowing and everything,
Okay.
color themes and things like that.
So while you're sitting here, do you mind if I find your channel and pull it up?
Sure, yeah, go ahead.
All right. Well, we'll see. I not always the best at on the fly stuff, but we'll see if I can do it tonight. Okay. RV SWAT. I think I got it. All right. And now what I'm going to have to do is go back to StreamYard, and I'm going to have to share the screen with Chrome. Let me make sure that we're all three there. Yep. All righty. So one thing, I want to make sure we're on your home page. Oh my gosh. See what I mean? I guess we were. I had us on your homepage. Okie doke. So you've got a cute little icon there, man and a woman, and I don't know why I can't read what it says. I'll go back over here, but it does say RV SWAT.
Yeah.
Got a motorhome in the middle.
Yeah, it's seasonal work and travel is what SWAT stands for.
Okay. All right. See, I didn't know that. That makes sense now. And then you got the two of you there. You got your faces on this. That's good. The RV SWAT. This RV SWAT stands out well. Seasonal work and travel kind of, I can't now see if I just glance at it, I can't really tell that that's what it says. But when I look at it, I can tell that's maybe just my eyes.
Yeah, and that's also 3 years old too. I haven't done any updating on the banner.
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, I like your motorhome up there. That looks very nice there. That looks very nice. Okay, so I'm going to go to your uh, play your videos, and we'll take a look at your videos. Now, so you don't really have, do you don't use your icon or your little icon on these.
No.
Okay. You do use, you got the red. I always like, I'm somebody who likes the red. Um, I like red. I think red pops out well.
Right.
Is there anything that do you think that do you feel okay about your thumbnails that it's getting what you need? Are you
Um,
getting the traffic?
it's getting what we need probably. I mean, I could probably put more effort into the thumbnails, but see, my thing is, so we work camp. Our channel is all about work camping and full
Uh-huh.
time RVing in general. So uh, I'm not on YouTube to make a living per se.
Uh-huh.
I'm on it to just share the information with other RVers and work campers. So again, we work camp, so I'm working full time or
Yeah.
usually full time. So I don't sit down and put 8-10 hours a day into the YouTube
Okay.
channel. So it's something, it's information that we put out there. As you can see, we focus a lot on the work camping job that we're doing.
Hmm.
So it's basically about getting the information out there and helping people get on the road. That's our biggest goal with the channel. We
Yeah.
enjoy when we go to meetups and we hear someone say, hey, we're on the road, because we watch RV SWAT videos or something like that, or you helped us get on the road.
Right.
Those are our goals with the channel. So
There is, I do see that you have this little on the right side most of the time, or much, I'd say half of the time, you've got the red,
the red, right?
and that's good. Um, one person was wondering why you don't add your little icon down in the corner, if that's something you might think about it.
Yeah, that's definitely something I need to add. I never really thought about it before.
Uh-huh.
It's definitely something I can add. I do have it watermarked in all of my videos. Is the in the bottom right corner. So
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could add it to all the thumbnails also.
I You just said something. I don't have mine watermark. And I don't, and so here is going to be my naivety. I don't know why somebody does that. Why does somebody watermark?
I watermark just so that my logo basically is constantly on the screen the whole time someone's watching, because a lot of
Oh,
videos are discovered by just keyword searches, right? So no one's
uh-huh.
really discovering. There's a lot of people watch videos and don't even know what channel they're watching because they just search the topic and they just click on the video that pops up and they watch the content. I feel if you have a watermark there, if someone finds you through a keyword search and they just click on your video, at least if you have your watermark staring them in the face the whole time, it may get them to recognize what channel they're on, and from there maybe subscribe and move forward with you.
Uh-huh. Yeah, well, it's so there's many things that catch people's eye. One of them for me is color because I'm visual.
Right.
I don't really learn from reading. I learn from watching, and it's the colors that catch my eye. Hello, Gracie Seeking Adventures. Um, Hope everyone is having an awesome night. Well, I'm hoping we are too. We're talking about, starting up our channels and some of the minor things that either some of us have not ever done, or maybe kind of a slacked off on, or had to get some help with. Like we needed help
Right.
with our logo and our header. And so we're looking at RV SWAT's page and taking a look at it. And, I see that I like the red, and he got an idea of maybe putting his logo down in the corner or something. And you never know. You never know what's going to help.
And I
The
know
RV,
I know one thing that has happened with our channel. I don't know if it's happened to anyone else or not,
uh-huh,
but what you have to be careful of is the burnout stage. Meaning, you produce videos and you're consistent with them for so long, and then I hit a spot to where it was I kind of dried out. I took probably about 3 or 4 months. If you look through all the videos, you'll see about a 4 month gap that we didn't produce any videos. And it had,
mm-hmm,
of course, it was during COVID and all the shutdowns and all that stuff. And there really wasn't much content from our standpoint that we could put out. But I think that was more of an excuse, we were kind of just burnt out. So I would say anyone starting a channel, just be prepared or be ready for the burnout or the dried out stage or whatever you want to call it. When you get to that point to where you're finding it hard to find content or something like that, just have a game plan for that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No, I actually ran across the channel, would not share their name, but they're a major channel and they are a RV channel, and I'm talking huge channel. And they advised me, well, they said, no, they did not want to come on my show because because they can't stand doing this anymore. They're simply
Right.
doing it for the money, and they're making money.
Yeah.
And they don't watch they don't watch videos any longer. They simply have a channel large enough that they don't need to watch our videos anymore or
Yeah.
participate in the community.
Right.
They got to a point where they don't need anybody anymore.
Right.
And maybe
And
that will last for a long time. Who knows?
who knows? But I hope most people don't go down that road. Uh, we all start these channels basically for the same reason for the most part, and uh, I know a few of these channels also. I've sat in some of these large channels. I've sat in their RVs and spoke to them, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
friends with some of them. And I say when it gets to the point to where you're just in it for the money, to me, you're in it for the wrong reasons. And it could just be
Oh
me.
yeah.
Maybe everybody is just trying to make a living at it, but me personally, I feel it's the wrong reason. And if I ever get to that point, I'll just have to shut my channel down before I ignore the community. So,
I'll take a long. I mean, I would take a long break. And then if I just couldn't come back and be in it with my heart and wanting, but if it's just like going to a job for them. And I still occasionally get their videos that come up on my thing. And they look like they're being completely honest when they
right,
stand there, and they're friendly, nice people. That's why I wanted to have them. I wanted to talk with them, but I maybe they've just done so much now that it is tiresome, and they're moving
right,
on as far as hanging out with people. But yeah, it was, and they advised me, really, he said, and I advise you, don't ask anybody to come to your channel, because what I say and most of anybody on here, I watch a video and tell people what it is I liked about their video. And then I say something to the effect that also I'd like to invite you to take a look at our channel. And if you so choose to, feel
right,
free to like, subscribe, and hit the bell. I mean, if you want to, it's just,
right,
it's an invitation. And I thought an invitation was, I do not do the sub for sub. And so I thought an invitation, though, seemed like a nice thing to do for somebody.
right.
I could be
It
wrong.
is. No, I agree with you on that, and I have spoken to a lot of people, and for some reason, there's a lot of you larger channels that this whole sub for sub. Everyone has a different definition of it, and I can see where sub for sub doesn't work in some things, but to me, when you're talking about full time RVing or RVing in general and this type of lifestyle, where it's all about a sense of community.
Yes.
So, if you want to call that sub for sub, then call it sub for sub. But to me,
Mhm.
I call it community and supporting the community.
Yep.
So,
No, I agree. That's a good way to say it. And networking, community support and networking.
yeah,
And it is legitimate. You have to network. There's just no, we can dance around the right name for it, but it is all the same thing.
right,
No, I'm not going to say, because I may go to a channel, like somebody came to my channel today, because they saw me and Camper Van Kevin do our interview. And she said she liked liked the interview, liked my personality, and was subscribing to me. And so I said, well, thank you so much. I adore Camper Van Kevin and his dogs, blah, 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 which is complete honest. That's honest for me.
right,
And then I said, so I'm headed over to your house right now. I went over and they had like two videos, and I watched one of them, and it was pretty simple video. And I told her, I was sorry for the trouble they were having with their truck, and subscribed. I
right,
felt like that was just because I only have there was a time when I only had one video out there.
mm,
I
right,
only had one video one time.
yeah,
I only had two videos one time. And
yep,
I have,
exactly.
remember that.
Well, when
And
we put our first video up, we had no clue that we would ever hit 100 subscribers. I mean, we just thought we were like, oh, we're just putting videos up. Number one, to show our friends, or go back 20 years from now and show the grandkids or whatever our
yeah,
travels. It's kind of how it started. And then when we started the work camping thing, uh, people started sending us emails and asking us how we get the jobs and how we like the jobs and stuff. So I decided to just kind of focus a lot of the channel attention on work camping itself. And then,
uh-huh.
next thing you know, you're at 1,000, 2,000 subscribers. And I'm like, wow, this is you know, it takes off pretty quick whenever there's a subject matter that people are interested in.
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely. There's a couple questions. One right here. Priscilla says, well, doesn't watching other people's channels help that part? Yes. Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Yep.
Every time you watch them and you give them a thumbs up
Yep.
and you watch the
Any
video all the way through.
All the way through. Yeah. Please don't click off the videos. Try to watch them all the way through. And any interaction, thumbs up. I hate to say thumbs down, but it's got to be mentioned because it is interaction. Whether it's negative or not, it still helps the algorithms. And also comments. So I always tell everybody, hit the thumbs up and put a comment, even if it's just a hey, how you doing, nice video, whatever. The comments really help a lot also.
And here's a good point, Susan from New Horizons.
Mhm.
After I just got my first paycheck from YouTube, I'm definitely not in the money. LOL.
No,
So
I know.
everybody says that. The only
Yeah.
reason that I'm pushing so hard, I don't have an anticipation. Well, first of all, I have to agree with you. I truthfully did not think anybody was going to I was going to get subscribers. I
Right.
harassed my family into it one night, my nieces and nephews and sisters, and it's like, I will not make another holiday meal if you don't subscribe to our YouTube channel, okay? And so not really, but I have to be tough. And and so, they subscribed, and then I was watching that. I got connected into the RV community. Well, I got connected into the whole thing from Bob Wells and then Box Van D. And from
Okay.
Box Van D, I ran into Blue Wave Bob, Blue Wave Odyssey.
Right.
And that's how, in one form or another, I met everybody else I know. Not that they necessarily were in his channel, but somebody, I can guarantee you, along the way, there's a genealogy in there that connects everybody up in
We
one way or
all,
another for
yeah,
me.
we're all kind of connected with that same community because mine started back with I started my channel right at 3 years ago, and then Steve Turtle started, I want to say maybe just a little bit after that, I think. And anyway, we ended up uh finding each other's channels. I think I found Steve when he had like 20 subscribers, and we ended up meeting up in Louisiana and mingling. And it just seems like I said, when you start naming everyone in his community, you're going to find someone that we all know. We
Mm-hmm.
all kind of intermingled in the same group.
Yeah. And oh, she's my little sister. Hey, I help cook those meals too. Yes, potatoes and rolls are important for a dinner. Um, so super chats are always appreciated, but the creator doesn't get hardly any of it.
Yeah, I don't even turn on super chat. If I do a live, which I don't do many, usually if I do a live, it's like an update, just a channel update because we're working a job. Like right now, we just got to North Dakota to do the sugar beet harvest. So probably starting Monday, the harvest is going to start. I won't
Hmm.
have time to really do any videos. So I'll jump on and do updates, quick live updates to let people know how the harvest is going. But
Yeah.
I encourage people, at least on my channel, don't even send the super chat because when we first done our very first live, our son sent us a super chat, and then I saw that you only get like 50% of it, and I'm like, I told my son, I'm like, I appreciate it, but just number one, I don't need your money. You're my son. And number two, if you do want to send something, don't do it through a super chat. It's 50% is just a little too steep for me. And I do
Uh,
agree with Susan with New Horizons about the paycheck. Is the paycheck covers my hotspot, so it
uh,
basically pays for my internet, and that was, to me, that's good enough because it takes internet to run YouTube, and if YouTube is paying me enough to cover the cost of the internet, that's a win-win for me. So
hmm.
that's all I need.
Yeah. Well, I think it's just kind of, it seems like it would be fun in the very beginning, because it does identify that you've met a big milestone.
Yes. Yeah.
There's no way it's easy to reach 4,000 watch hours.
No, it's yeah, you tend to hit the 1,000 subscriber way before you hit the 4,000 watch hours, unless you get lucky and have some kind of viral hit or something like that. But well, I think we hit 1,000 subscribers, and then it took me another, I don't know, probably another few months to hit the 4,000 watch hours.
Yeah, we just hit our 1,000 about a month ago, and I'm thinking it's going to take me maybe until, well, we're at 1,200 right now. I was really low to start with. I was very low to start with because mainly what I've done is I've got into doing live streams.
Right.
And by the way, I have to say, yes, Priscilla, my little sister does make more now than the baked bean or the green beans and dinner rolls. Thank you so much, Priscilla. Hello, Erin Jemison. Thank you for coming by. We've been looking at channels. We're checking out Johnny's from RV SWAT. We checked it out, took a look at it. Looking at the logos and the headers and seeing what, if there's anything people can do to update. Like, I know what I'm doing. I'm going by what Corey told me. And by the way, what attracts me to other people's pages, when I go on a page that like just looks white, I just, white with black letters and just nothing. There's not even anything like in all caps. It's just blasé. I have a tendency not to stay as long. Now that doesn't mean it's right. It just means that's
Right.
my attraction to on that. But so the sugar beet harvest, let me just ask you about that real quick.
Yeah.
Have you ever done it before?
Yeah, I've done it in 2018. Yeah. So this is our
And
second time. We missed 2019 because I had quintuple bypass surgery out here on the road. So we've been in the RV for 3 years. We work camped our full first year. Going into our second year, my wife brought me to the hospital, ended up having quintuple bypass surgery. So I had basically a full year of recovery I had to go through, basically 6 months to a year. So we went and done gate guarding at that time because that's an easy, laid back job that, no physical work. I'm working out of my RV. So
yeah,
I went and sat under a gate in Texas, gate guarding with my feet propped up in a recliner, recovering from surgery. And then as soon as I got back on my feet from that, we started work camping again, and then COVID hit. So that kind of put us out for a few more months. So now we're back at the beet harvest again.
wow. So okay, what did you say? You had a quadruple quintuplet or something?
Quintuple five, yeah, 5 bypass. Yeah.
A five by so um my little sister and our father about 5 years ago, he had although he was like 89 at the time, he just passed this last spring and he was 94. He would have been 95 on the 4th of July. But he was in the hospital for a month at 89 or 90 when they had went in and did what's called a TAVR. A TAVR, he had to have his heart valve replaced, but he's had bypass. My mother had triple, quadruple. I mean, she had massive bypass work back in the olden days, when
Right.
there was no, I mean, they cut her like from her growing up through her chest. I mean, she was a mess. I don't remember it because I was in junior high and I just blacked out.
Mm-hmm.
But my older sisters, they very much remember it. And I think my little sister does. But well, congratulations to you on recovering.
Thank you. Thank you.
How long ago was that?
That was in January of 19.
Okay.
Yeah.
And did everything go well for you?
Yeah, it seems to so far. I mean, everything seems good. Checkups are looking good. So, we'll see and make sure it lasts more than a few years. That's the
Yeah.
biggest. That's the biggest question. Yeah, but we'll
Yes.
wait and
And
see. We're just going to stay out here on the road enjoying it.
yeah. And but it's still, I'm in awe that you recovered for a year, 6 months to a year in your motor home is where your recovery was.
Yes. Yeah.
How did that? So I think the rest of us who might want to be going full time or are full time, and might or could have, medical issues down the road.
Mhm.
How did that work out for you? I mean, you
Uh,
look like you're doing good, but just
yeah.
saying,
Yeah.
did it add special issues?
No, so in all honesty, the way I explain it to people is I feel before I started full timing, I was in corporate management and I walked away from a corporate job to go to RVing. And I tell people all the time, if I was not full time RVing when I had my heart surgery, I don't think I would have survived it. The stress would I think the stress would have killed me from time off from a corporate job. 6-month recovery. Are they going to hold my job for 6 months? Are they going to find
Right.
a reason to let me go? Then I'm going to lose my house and yada yada. The stress would have been too high. In this lifestyle, the doctor told me, "Hey, you can't lift more than 5 pounds for 6 months. You need to just sit back and relax." I was like, okay. So I know gate guarding is all about sitting back and relaxing. I said I could actually go sit in my RV and sign people in and out of the all rigs and sit back and recover for 6 months and still make money.
Yeah.
So there was no stress involved whatsoever. So to me, full time RVing made the surgery easier than it would have been.
Oh, cool. Well,
Yeah.
my little sister points out that her husband, he's my brother-in-law, and I've known him since he was 15 and she was 13 or 16 and 14. Um, he at fifth just this year, he's a year younger than me, and I'm 58, so Kelly's 57. Had to have, he was in almost complete heart failure,
Mhm.
and in January, and had to have heart surgery to replace his aortic valve. And he has now heart failure the rest of his life. I mean, it was serious because the doctors didn't catch it. They kept saying he had a virus. When it was one of the issues is that doctors were not, until he got a doctor who had him go do some exercise,
Right.
and then he had him come back. And if it had been his regular doctor, Kelly might very well be dead right now, because it's like they get a call at 8 o'clock at night saying, "You need to get to the emergency room. We got your results back on your chest X-ray, and you're in heart failure."
Right.
I mean, heart
Yeah. It's
failure.
it's
So,
a it's scary. We were shopping. We were grocery shopping. We were unloading the grocery out of the Jeep, and after about the third trip, I just couldn't breathe. It's like I ran a marathon. It was really hard to breathe, and my heart rate
yep.
was real high. It's just like I just ran laps. And so Tracy brought me to the hospital, and they immediately done a heart cath, and I found 95% blockage in all my arteries, basically 80 to 95% blockage. So yeah, they rushed me in and unclogged all my pipes and put me back out there to work. So yeah,
Well, I'm glad that you got help, and that you're here with us. And um, these kind of things happen on the road, and it's good. See, this is a good thing for me to hear, to know that even on the road, I could get help
yes,
if help is needed.
yep, you can. Like I said, we survived the heart surgery. I do my 6-month checkups all the time. We learned a lot, and this is what I strive to help people with on my channel too, in full time RVing. If you're going to sell everything and hit the road full time, there's a lot to learn. All about
Hmm.
domiciling and mail forwarding and insurance and all these
Yeah.
topics is always people's biggest questions, and that's what we do on our channel. And through our channel and reaching out to us is we're willing to help anyone get over those hurdles that took us a year or so to get around. So that's kind of what we focus on, is helping people get started on the road. In fact, there's a couple people in Susan from New Horizons. I've actually met up with her and Pigeon Forge. They came and had dinner with us in Pigeon Forge, and we sat around talking for a few hours there. So I've met a couple people in this community.
Well, Susan is a cool lady,
Yeah.
considering, she has her own physical things, and her channel is about helping others.
Yes.
And that's, I have disabilities. And so I connected with Susan right away. It was, she's a blessing to this community.
Yeah,
Um,
she is. She's awesome. And I had planned on being in Mayberry with everybody, but things changed and we had to come work the sugar beet harvest. So we'll be up here in North Dakota working the sugar beets and wishing everybody a good time in Mayberry. So
mhm. Yeah, we can't go there. We don't even have our rig yet. I thought we had, first of all, we didn't plan on doing it until January, like January 1 or
yeah.
January 2 was when we were going to hit the road to go to Quartzsite, Arizona. And
Hmm.
there's just so much I want to do down there. And there's a bunch of things going on. I'm hoping the RTR is still going to happen, and then there is the family reunion
Yep.
with Papa Drew, and everybody's going to be there. And I said, all these people are going to be there, and if we don't, and in between, I've had hardware taken out of my back. I've had 12 back surgeries in the last 10 years. And then both knees replaced last year. And my husband has needed a back surgery for a year. He had an injury doing some work over a year ago. And because of what the insurance made him do up front, like go to physical therapy for several months, and then they would do an MRI. They wouldn't do an MRI beforehand. So he had to do months of physical therapy, got the MRI finally, and then found out, yes, he needs back surgery. And then COVID hit.
Yeah.
And then he could not quit smoking nicotine. And our insurance company would not pay for surgery until he quit smoking nicotine. Well, he's finally done that. This Monday will be 3 weeks. He will be clean from cigarettes. And so he did his UA for Nick. Can you believe somebody has to take a UA for nicotine? It's kind of funny, but yes, he did. And the UA takes like 5 days to come back. So he'll know next week. I suspect he will have surgery in the first 2 weeks of November. I kind of know how the whole process works. And then he's got to recover, and I'm not going to rush him. And so we may not, if we don't make it in January, we'll make it at some time. We'll make it out there at some point in time. I'm not going to kill my husband so that we can get to Quartzsite.
No, don't do that. But yeah, I mean, get out there in your own time. We'll be in Quartzsite. We go to Quartzsite for the full month of January every year. And it's a great time. In fact, last year was when we met Papa Drew and all them out there last January, and we'll be back this January and hanging out there with everybody again. So
very nice.
It's a good time. And then we all run across to Mexico and do all of our shopping in Mexico and get all of our prescriptions that's one thing. I went into the hospital on no medication. And then after heart surgery, I'm on like 7 or 8 prescriptions now that I take every day of my life. So it's kind of nice to go to Mexico and stock up on stuff.
That's same with my brother-in-law. Was a very vital physical. He did a manual labor job. He went and he was out doing arrowhead hunting all the time, going into, places. And so now things have changed so drastically, and he's on all these meds, and it's just not a normal thing for them. Let's see what we got going here. Southern Blessed Homestead. I love the Schickster, New Horizons. Aaron Jemison made a comment about something. Kaylee, I've been through a number of heart tests, but nothing like S.W.A.T. Yeah. It's no fun. I had to do I've had the test with adenosine where and it was not a fun test where I threw it while you're doing a treadmill test, and then they would shoot the medicine in there to make you feel like you're having a heart attack, and you really have to tell yourself, I am not having a heart attack. Aaron Jemison. Wow, I thought my Lori had it bad with 7 back surgeries. Yep, Aaron, I've had it's either 11 or 12, and we're leaning on the 12 side. And that's in 10 years. It is just, I've got a disease in there that wants to eat my spine up. New Horizons. I have a feeling more people are going to become full-time RVers. Yep, and I was hearing Bob Wells was talking about that the other day. Rock hounding is what my little brother-in-law, he's only a year younger than me. We grew up, we were kids together, I mean, gosh, I was a kid, he was a kid, my little sister was very much a kid. Rock hounding, he is a rock hound, but he can't do that. And he's, maybe he'll be able to do it eventually. And then Doreen agrees with Aaron Jemison. So anyways, I appreciate that you came up and chatted with us, and I'm going to see. I know I'm over my time right now, but I'm going to take advantage of having this up here. And if anybody else, I'll put you down to see if anybody else wants to come up and hang out and show us their channel and see what I kind of like doing this.
All right. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for having me on.
You too. Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. Does anybody else want to have their channel looked at? I don't know anything, but we'll do it. We'll still do it. And in the meantime, I'm going to put an invite, one more, our last one for the night, put it down in the chat. So camping therapy is having some, chemical stress test in a couple weeks. So apparently they've changed it. You no longer have to do the treadmill and be injected with adenosine, because adenosine, it incites the feeling of a heart attack. And by the way, I passed it, and I was even I think I was heavier than I am to now. And my brother-in-law, he goes hunting for chanterelles, and you can sell those to the local restaurants, especially the ones who really like nice ones. And I think you have to there's an out button of some sort down there, dear. There you go. Hello, this trucker's life. Welcome to you. So if anybody would like us just to put their channel up on the screen and look at, just look at it and see what things look like. If there could be anything that you don't like, even maybe you'll see something that you don't care for. And nobody's here to okay, Susan, we will take a look at yours, dear. I'm going to go get New Horizons. New Horizons. New P-O-N-S. I thought I was in YouTube. Okay, give me a second here. We are going to go back. All right, New Horizons. NEW. New Horizons. This is what I always get, Susan. I don't know why I'm thinking of calling you Sue. That's just weird. All right. I'm looking for your icon. This drives me batty. All right. How about if I go to my subscriptions? I know you're in there. All right. Subscriptions. I'm just scrolling through my subscriptions really quickly. It's all in alphabetical order, so we should be able to get you up here fast. A, B, C, D. Come on, pass B. Okay. F, G. We're almost there. H, I, J. It just takes a second. Not else. M, M, M. All right, now I think we'll be able to find her. New Horizons. Hold it. Let me go back up here. Well, that's just weird. I can't even believe that. All right. Wow. I'm struggling finding New Horizons. And that just shouldn't be. I usually find it quickly. And it didn't show me, show you in my subscriber list. And I know I'm subscribed to you. I get your notifications all the time. But then I was unsubscribed from Roy and Becky, who I watch every dang day. And I had to resubscribe to them. And I do watch their videos. So I don't know why I was unsubscribed. Well, I'm not able to find it here. Let me separate out the new and the H. Nope. This is crap. This is... All right. I'm sorry, Susan. I'm sorry. New Horizons. Got it. Thanks. Okay. Let's see. What did she say here? Put in New Horizons, Susan Bates. That's right. I know. Uh-oh. I got ya. New Horizons, Susan. There we go. Okay. Whew. It shows me subscribed, but you're not in my subscriber list that I'm subscribed to you. So wonder why that would be. All right, we're going to stop wondering about this stuff, and I'm going to put her up on the screen so we can talk about that. All right, let me get back up here. Go back to StreamYard. Thank you for being patient. Share the screen. Chrome tab. New Horizons. Share. Make sure it's showing up. It is showing up. All right. You have a yours is so nice. You have such a, so yours does pop out from the screen. For me, I always look for that logo. That logo will always stand out. And it will always stand out, in my opinion. So I think that that's great. And again, you know, I'm admitting I know minimal, but we're talking just what I've learned. And I'm going to scroll down to your, I'm going to go to your videos. Now let's look at your thumbnails and see how nice those are every time. See, I have that, and I think how yours comes forward. Well, so mine is just not at, mine has not got as much pink. Mine is a little thinner rail, I'll call it, the left side, but it's designed exactly. Did Corey design yours, Susan? It just reminds me of Corey as far as that goes. So that looks really nice. And that's what I was saying, that I like that. Yep, you always do the bright pink and that kind of bit. It's a blue. What kind of blue that is? Bluish green. I love that, by the way. And I need to get rid of a couple things that are up here. And I do like that very much. And there's a continuity. See, you look at your page of thumbnails right here, and there's a bunch of continuity. Let's see, New Horizons. 100% goes to help a disabled person. Yep. Kaylee put this up. New Horizons Patreon goes 100%. So always remember that 100% goes to help a disabled person in need. Medical supplies are something they need that insurance won't pay for. And Kenneth Oakes is one of the people you help with glasses. And his glasses look so nice on him. It was really nice to see those glasses. And so, yes, that goes 100%. Corey designed, yep, design your thumbnail. He's just, I love Corey's artistic style very much. I really do. Teal. Is it teal, Aaron? See, I may be blind. Aaron says it's teal, and I'll trust Aaron. I'm deferring to Aaron on here. Donate to New Horizons PayPal. And do you also, Susan, do you have a, oh, never mind. Never mind. Brain fart. All right. So I think that all looks great. You're consistent in every way. I always know when I'm looking at yours. I just take a selfie for my thumbnail. You know, well, your thumbnails look great. You're a beautiful woman. You got a great smile, very nice hair. So, yes, you look great. Sponsorship and sticker swap contact New Horizons 1985 at yahoo.com. Let's see. PayPal for my channel. I have a PayPal for my channel. Okay. She also has a PayPal. So he helped you with some, Aaron, it's taken me. I've been doing this now for a few months. A few months. I should know everything about how to do this right, but I'm just now learning how to do a thumbnail. Yep. Vicky. Hello, Vicky. All right, Susan. So it looks like yours is great. I don't know that you want to change anything. I think you've done a really good job on your page. A really good job on your page. Would anybody else? Okay, let's see. I said I wouldn't go past 7:30, and I won't go past 7:30 because I know it's late for some people, and it's 10:30 for some people. My gosh, normally I'm way asleep by this time, but I really am appreciative of everybody stopping by and letting us take a look at your channel, Susan and RV SWAT. Thank you for letting us look at your channel too, if you're still there. And I'm so grateful. I still have a few people here. I think there's 11. There's 11, and we've got about 24 thumbs up. So we had a few people here off and on, and I don't mind that at all. Nobody else, maybe you can't come all at once. New Horizons, so Aaron, you think there's too many words and thumbs. How many words do you think there should be? What is your idea that you think is like the ideal amount of words in a thumbnail? Because, yeah, I mean, my understanding is there should be as few as possible. And so I get that. Thank you, Kaylee, so much. And I appreciate your hard work. And you work very hard. You too, RV SWAT. You have a great night. And here is New Horizons PayPal, and that's 100%. Nothing gets taken out of that. So that would be great. 4 to 6 words only. If you haven't noticed, I'm Chatty Lucretia. But yeah, I have heard, somewhere around there. So I'll look at mine a little closer. Alrighty, so thank you all for coming. I absolutely appreciate it. I think you know that by now. I wish you all safety and health and lots of love and hugs to everybody. And thank you to my little sister for showing up, and for my sister Nancy, who did not, if she happens to watch this, which I doubt she will, but that's all right. I'm okay. I'm not going to go cry about it.